Yes.
So, Abdi, do you think that the energies in 2017 are distinctly different from 2016? And how are they different?
But everything is always different. See, is a process. The nature of it is not different, but the magnitude of it is different. So it's becoming more powerful and more. Next year going to be more powerful than this year, and every year is more powerful. But a lot of people relate to chaos. Then they say, well, it's a chaotic energy. Actually, there's no such thing as chaotic energy. Now, it was period of destruction, energetic destruction, period of new energies, and period of harmonization. But it's all over. It's harmonization. But the way it works is that whatever happened emotionally, physically in our human manifestation, energetically has happened way before. So we take form of the energy that was way before. But there is a shift in human consciousness. That shift is going to a new human. It is like an evolution. And any evolution going from the old to new, there is a destruction in the belief system and everything as it was for it to be something new. So for through that destruction, the way it works is that everything that it was simple and life as we know it has to be challenged. So people feel chaos. It is chaos, but chaos is simply going from one side to the other side and not letting go of the old. There's a way that we're comfortable with, and we are conditioned to have it that way, even though it doesn't serve anymore. But we like it, and we resist it. On an individual basis and on a human basis. Yes?
You mentioned soul family. It's a new concept to me. Can you explain what you mean by that?
Well, it's a name to me. Soul family is, you see, is your soul is your energetic body and existed always. And you're always around your soul family. In every reincarnation, you have the same group of people around you. Playing different roles, doing whatever. And what I meant by my soul family is those people who are around me showing up again, doing what they do, but also I have the context I mentioned, it was I have a group of people, I call it soul family, that I work with them on an ongoing basis. That's what I meant. But soul family is, you are a part of a soul family. That's why you're here now, together, all of you. You might know each other or not, but it doesn't matter. Yes?
How do we plug into these sessions when you can't make them? You
just have an intention that you want to.
So for instance, if you look at your schedule, it's very busy, like through this next week. You can plug into each session each day wherever you want.
Yeah. If time is in your reality at the exact same time, if it's not, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Just having an intention, lie down on your bed and say, well, I want to connect to Abdi. don't start at the beginning of a session. Start like half an hour, because at the beginning I don't start. And then you just one intention, not the whole time, and just once. Yeah, that's the kind of. And by the way, the people who are part of the soul family, I include everybody anyways. So if you want to be disconnected, you have to have intention to disconnect, not to connect, because you are connected anyway.
You talk about your hourly transmission too, that people can, on your website, where you can do an hourly transmission on the hour, every hour, for 12 minutes. A lot of people don't get that either.
Don't get about what? Okay, well, I have something on my website. Has nothing to do with website.
Yes.
You mentioned I follow, when you have a person, you follow the point, but it has nothing to do. It's just something just every hour for 12 minutes, there is an energy that has not the same quality of the energy of the session. It's different energy. But it's connecting you to your own source. And for 12 minutes, you can with an intention, you can tap into it. Of course, on my website, I have some waterfall, which is on my property, and some whatever that helps you mentally, but you don't need that. You can just every hour for 12 minutes, anytime. For a minute, you can do it, but it broadcasted for 12 minutes. Has nothing to do with the website. Anybody else?
After one time you said that you were working with the soul family for a particular purpose or reason. Can you comment on that?
But you see, the thing is, I can comment to the people who are part of the family. Now, no, it's everybody's here. It's not, it's like I speak German with you when other people don't understand it. I don't know German. Any non-practical question?
The soul that's something that stays always the same, or when you die, do you merge with and you come back again in another form? Are you always the same soul, or is that not personal?
See, I'm going to explain it, but you don't own a soul like that. The concept of your soul it's just a concept that you mentally you can talk about it. You see, everything is an energetic being. Everything is electron in vibration. It's atom in frequency. So that means the possibility of an electron is infinite to be anywhere. So that means you are everywhere. Okay. Everything is everywhere. So the totality of everything that is everywhere create God. And your energetic body that is everywhere is your soul. So your soul is all of you except this is what you see here. And that energetic body is in charge of you. Does whatever it needs to do with you. It's always the same. And that's how you are your God, because you are part of it. But you don't own it. It's not really your soul. However, the way it works is like your cell. You see, if you are an individual cell, the whole cellular system, if you're a skin cell, affecting that cell and you're affecting everything else. But what it defines a cell is just the boundary of cellular boundary. But when it's energetic, it doesn't have boundary. So it's not really your soul, but the way you relate to that energy is through you with this physical boundary. That's why you call it your soul. And that, always the same, it takes different physical format. And it never changes. What changes is your relationship to it. You grow to become closer to it as lifetimes comes and go. And that is how you relate to God, through that, what you call God. And that's how the oneness comes. You know, oneness is just because you're you realize through that connection, the love and oneness of everybody and everything, and the perfection. So through lifetime, you become closer to it, and through that process, you become less separate from everything else, and less judgment, and all those things that everybody wants to be, let's say, enlightened. But it's not that you becoming, that makes you happen. Of course, in our illusion, it's like, if I was this shirt, if this shirt had an ego, okay? This shirt would think that he's wearing me. That's how it works. But I wore this. So you think, because you do have an ego, you think you are in charge of it, you are the one, is yours, but the soul doesn't have an ego, and it's the relationship is different.
You said everything is energy, but the pure reality of God, or isn't that beyond energy?
But energy is
it the source of everything emptiness?
Yeah, but it is not that beyond. You know, I'm talking about the way that people understand. But let me tell you, this is not beyond or not beyond. You see, as I mentioned, all of us is everywhere and in everything. So we create a soup. So you are a carrot in the soup, and somebody else is a potato in that soup. But the essence of everything is in that potato, and the essence of carrot is in everything. However, the broth that has everything without any judgment, because the carrot is still related to carrot, is more carrot than everything else. The broth is the God that has everything equal. And your relationship to the soup is through that carrotness. When the broth has it's empty, it's everything. Emptiness and everything is the same thing. If you include everything in one thing and nothing is the same thing. Because it has no preferences, equality of everything. Everything is equal in it. Yes?
I'm new to this, and I came with an invitation of a friend, so I didn't do a lot of research, and I would really benefit by hearing what you just did.
What did I do? I don't know. You know, usually I exclude that question. Today, intentionally, I didn't this second. I wanted to know if people ask or not, and you did. What I did, in what I do, in my view, is something. In your view, is something else, and what's happening is totally different. So I'm going to tell you my view first. I'm just playing, and I'm bored. I can't wait you guys to get up so I can get out of here. And I said, God, why me? Can you send somebody else to do this? It's the most boring thing, waiting around for people to go through the process. It's like, if in that soup, I'm the flame, and the flame doesn't have any enjoyment, you just come, you don't see any result, it's like separate from the pot, it just does everything. Everything happens through the flame, but flame get nothing. So that's what I do. Yeah, that's the flame transfer the energy, heat up things, cook things. You can look at it as so many things, and heat up the pot, and put lights, and burns you sometimes. The flame does a lot of things. But how you relate to that flame is a part of the process of harmonizing the pea and the carrot and potato become more equal and the broth become thicker. So it's more of a laundromat here to bring everybody to a level, get rid of things you don't need and give you things you need, and becoming more connected to the broth than stay in your carrotness. But in other terms is you say who you are as a being, who you know, is different than who you know of yourself. You see, the real separation is you and yourself. It's nothing else. And is a self that realizes the soul and all those connections to and is a self that is related to your density. And they're separate. They don't know each other. I mean, the one that you don't know knows you very well, but you don't know the other one. See? And there's many reasons for it, but I'm not going to go detail. But one thing that happened, in your lifetimes, energetically, you have been gradually separated, and that separation have become bigger and bigger and bigger through lifetimes. And it is a time for human evolution, and it's a time that separation is supposed to go the other direction. And through that to happen, any situation in your karmic past that created a separation or impacted you to make your ego stronger, to separate yourself from everything, has to be dealt with. So in here, you go back from your beginning of existence and you energetically deal what we need to deal with for you to vibrate in a different level of energy to be ready for the soup. So what I'm doing also is like peeling the carrots and chopping and all those things before you go in the soup.
Makes sense. Thank you.
But that is the best way I can tell you, really. It's not a joke.
So you're a chef.
I'm a flame. But from time to time, when the chef is not around, I just help out.
Abdi,
Yes.
I heard you mention something about how feelings, your soul communicates to you through your feelings.
Yes.
Can you explain that?
Yeah. That's a good question.
It's related to what you just said.
Well, I told you I want to go. No, actually, I enjoy it. Now I enjoy it. When you're lying down and doing what I just go out, it's over. At least I can, at least I can see, it's just the flame sometimes under the pot and has no relationship. Well, everything's boiling, but it's hearing boil, but I cannot see it. But now I can feel, it's cooking and smell it and whatever. Anyhow, it's the ego. Ego needs some interaction as a human, When there's no interaction, it's like, God, I'm bored. You see, as I mentioned, we are an energetic being, and we are different energies. And when we go through life, situation happens that we shift in those energies. And what I do is the same thing. It's like a life, but much faster. Like fast forwarding, energetic life, energetic world. So the way we relate to energies is by way of emotion. So when there is a lot of certain energy goes through us, and if we feel sad, it's some energy that is released and bring us to a different level. And sadness is an interpretation of that energy that is happening that we have no relation to it, but our interpretation is sadness. Fear is another one. So your energetic body communicates with you through those emotions. So all they do is make you sad as you feel sad, and that's a way of communication with you. And most of us have problem with emotion, but there's nothing wrong with emotion actually. As deeper that communication is stronger the emotion. So you see, your mental body want to be in charge, want to go right or left and do what it needs to do, but your energetic body, your soul, whatever you want to call it, has a direction, is set, and you want to go against it, around it, and it doesn't let you. Actually, I had an analogy long ago that it's not like this, but that's the only way you understand. Just imagine your body is as dense as it is. Inside your body is smaller, is not dense, is gaseous and has direction. And as more you come to the outer part of your body, become denser and denser. So it creates some gooey stuff. And that inside is set to go where it needs to go. But your body doesn't, it's not. So it goes left, but it cannot go because that's as strong it takes you. So each time they go right or left, it creates, squeeze those gooey stuff, and I call those gooey stuff emotion. It comes out. Eventually you go so far back and forth lifetimes, you release all those gooey stuff and all the energetic, then the inside and outside become the same. You follow the only direction. And when you have emotion, you're not logical. That means you lose the mental thing. So out of anger, you do something that doesn't make sense, but that's what you need to do. Out of sadness, you do something that doesn't make sense, but that's what you need to do. Your soul wants you to do what you need to do, not what it makes sense. Because if you make sense, you always stay who you were. And the problem we have is not emotion. Our problem that we don't know is fear of having an emotion. That fear creates hindrance in our life. So you have fear of having anger, fear of having fear of being sad. And that is creating hindrance. If you celebrate sadness and happy to be angry, that's amazing. And all you do is just listen to your soul. Say, what? Good. I was going. It's like, it's like if you ride a horse. A horse doesn't really listen to you. You have to, physically, you have to push it. And a horse doesn't look at it, it hurt me. No, it's just correction of the direction. And that's what happened. Those emotions is not for hurting you or for hindering you. It's for putting you, is a gadget to put you on your right path. And when you fight the gadget, it's terrible, it becomes disasters, everything. Then you want to be happy. But there's nothing wrong to be sad. It's amazing to be sad.
So you're saying if we're more emotional, then we're like kind of more on our path. The more we're in touch with our emotions, the more kind of we're on that predestined.
What I'm saying is,
Or is it just like when we get off our path, we get emotional?
no, you're always on your path.
We're always on our path.
Okay? It's not, you don't get off. When you resist against it, the emotion makes you to give up that resistance.
There's resistance.
Hmm?
The resistance.
The resistance, yeah, just resisting. You cannot come off the path. You're just resisting.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah.
That's it. It's just, I'm walking here, like I walk, but I don't want to walk. Somebody has to pull me, but I still go there. It's the same,
Right.
it's the path.
So the emotions are caused by you resisting the path.
Yes.
If you follow the path, you don't have sadness and anger.
But it's not that you don't follow, you don't know. So emotion is a way of telling you, okay, a bit left, a bit right.
So if I feel anger, how?
That anger is through at that anger you become energetically, and you do what you need to do through anger, which normally you wouldn't have done. Actually, anger, what many years ago, a lot of people thought I'm angry. Sometimes I am. But you see, what anger brings is precision. If I'm precise, you look at angry, but I'm just precise. I'm so excited. That's what the preachers are. They talk, you think angry, but they're so precise. So when you're in anger, your energetic body becomes so precise. The manifestation value is so powerful that you can hurt people. But also you can go ahead with, if you eliminate hurting people, just it creates so much. It has so much power of manifestation. So I look at anger as a power of manifestation. Well, what's wrong with that?
And fear.
Fear is not really, it's very, very complicated issue, fear. It's not really an emotion. There is more of a, I know we put it as an emotion, but it's not. Fear is our mental conditioning of lack. Lack. That we are not good enough for whatever. And you see, what the judgment of emotion comes with it. That's why I said having fear of anger, it creates problem. Having fear of sadness, it creates problem. Because fear is a conditioning that we have that come through our ego. And in our conditioning, we have to be in charge of our destiny. We have to do the right thing. We have to do what we need to do for the right way. In our energetic body, we know there is no such a thing. You got to do what you got to do. So you go inside your heart, inside your head. Inside your heart, you connect to that energy, and you connect your head. And then the gaps it create, it's just create a gap that it's like a fear that you're not in charge. Maybe you don't do the right thing. It's all the judgment, all those things, the doubt is like a virus that is created by ego. It's like a virus that is, you put in a computer. It's a virus that is created by ego. And if you can have anger, you can have sadness, and if you understand that's the way you need to be, there is no fear of anything.
If you're caught in fear, what is it?
Well, everybody's caught in the fear. Generally, the controlling energy is causing what you call fear. You see, sadness has energy that relate to it. Anger has. But when you are not in control, or where you are in control but you don't know how to control, what you relate to is the fear. That means You're not allowing to be. But you don't have a choice of that allowance. You are what you are, everything it is what it is. And the whole human growth, as I said, lifetime and lifetime and lifetime and lifetime, you come and do whatever you need to do and become part of that soup, is becoming one with the soup. And each time you become one, you lose a part of the fear, because fear is that ego supporting the ego and separation. Is that boundary. Is that membrane that doesn't exist. So for your ego to separate you from that whole soup is putting fear around the carrot. Through that fear, you're separate from everything else. So fear is not really in the category of energetic emotion. It's more a side effect of interpretation of our physical, emotional body that needs to relate to our own self-judgment through that system. But everybody is in fear, really. And it's so much fear right now in the whole world. And the reason is because we are all conditioned to have a reality, and that reality always been a lie. And when you go against your conditioning, you are not in control, and fear is what you deal with. That separation, that is all of your boundaries. Because the reality that you believe is your boundary. Create boundary, and you're safe. For most people, a solid lie is better than a wishy-washy truth. And everybody loves a solid lie than a soft truth. That's how ego operates. And our comfort zone is having that solid reality that is really, and we are going against our comfort zone, and fear is a part of that process. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thanks for your report.
Nothing can thank me. You're welcome, but you're not.